And Becky is going to show us a real live demo of one of the resources that we use to help students on campus to stretch their dining dollars and make sure that they're both planning ahead and tracking afterwards.
Yeah, so I'm going to screen share here. If everyone's back in Zoom, it should be opening up an Excel file on your screen. This is our meal plan budget, which is hopefully popping up. I don't know if it has for you yet. So I'm going to go through just a quick little demo to make sure that everyone knows how to utilize this tool. I'll also post a link for it in the chat here after in a second. But it's set up in a way to allow you to manage all of your dining dollars to make sure that they're going where you want them to go and realize if you are overspending or underspending. So in the very top section here, the summary statistics, you actually enter your meal plan in the yellow box. All of the yellow boxes are what you edit on this. So if I entered in meal plan 2, I would hit enter, and then it's going to give me my starting dollars, how much I spent. So far, I haven't spent anything, what I have remaining, and my percentage that's used. Then I have all of my weeks listed on here. We do account for move-in week. We also account for like fall break, spring break, that type of stuff. So no worries there. You won't have to do anything on your end to adjust for that. It's already built in. So basically what you would do is enter your numbers for any of your meals. I'm going to start on week 1. Okay, with the assumption that maybe I did not move in until Sunday or something like that. And I'm just going to plug in some breakfasts and some lunches here. So I'm just entering like I ate 1 breakfast, I ate 1 lunch to give you an idea of kind of how it might look. So as I'm plugging these numbers in, you'll notice my total is adding up. My dining dollars spent is adding up. My percentages are updating. So this is set up for bi-weekly goals for your dining dollars. So this one is only 7% because it takes into consideration that week 0 here was move-in week. So most people are not eating meals most of the week, maybe just the end of the week. The other ones, as you go down, most of them are 13%. Okay, meaning that you're using approximately 13% of your meal plan budget over a 2-week time frame. So you can kind of use this as your goal to see how much you ate. So right now I have nothing in for weeks 2 and 3. So it says I spent $0. I'm going to copy my number down here to show you how this works. So I ate breakfast and lunch in week 2 and in week 3. So my percent is up to 9.5. This is because I've eaten no dinners. So I'm not quite to my 13%. Maybe I eat dinner somewhere else. Maybe I had groceries in my dorm or something like that. Or I could add in my dinners. So maybe Tuesday I eat a dinner. Maybe Wednesday I go out to dinner. Okay, right? So sometimes we go to like McAllister's or Starbucks or different things like that. So I'm going to add in Starbucks, right? So say I go to Starbucks and I spend $7.50. So I'm going to enter my $7.50. So again, we can only edit the yellow boxes. So I plug in my number, my total is adding up. My bi-weekly percentage is also adding up so that I can see how much I've spent on that day. This is a great tool I've noticed when I work with students in one-on-ones because a lot of people don't realize how much they're spending outside of the buffet dollars. And this is really where lots of stuff adds up. So then I go to the market on Thursday and I spend $10. So now I'm adding again. You can also list multiple things in here. So maybe this day I also go to Starbucks. So I'm going to have both of them in there. And I'm going to spend $15 between the both. So I'll have my total there and I know where I went. Okay. As it progresses through the semester, I'm going to scroll back up to the top here. It's now updated. This is how much I've spent. This is what I have remaining. This number should match what's on your Penn State account when you log in. So you can see what your expenditures are. You can also see your areas of spending. So if you notice that your other food cost is super, super high, that means you're spending a lot outside of your buffet meals. Okay, so you're going to other places on campus. One of the great things about this sheet too is it has tabs for fall and spring, so that when you get to spring, your amount carries over. So this is my remaining currently in fall. It does carry over from fall to spring, which is really helpful. If you notice that you have a lot left over, that might be time to reconsider your meal plan level. If you do not have a lot left over, we might want to rein our budget in. Otherwise, you're going to have to increase your meal plan level to get through the rest of the semester. So it does kind of let you see where you land and what choices and decisions you should be making based on that, and then go from there. One other tip I'm going to throw in really, really quickly is if you're looking at this and you're like, yeah, Becky, but it's already week like 7 or something. So what you can do if you want to start planning from here forward, you don't have to go through and enter every single meal that you've had for the whole semester. What you can do is take your remaining balance and subtract it from the starting balance. Okay, so like say your remaining balance is this $893. I would subtract that from my starting up here. So 10,000 or 10,000, 1,074 minus 893. Okay, so I could plug in whatever that expenditure is on the week that I'm on. So this would be a very low number if this was actually yours, but 181 is what I've spent through this point of the semester. So I could enter from there and then continue forward. So this percentage is not accurate for that week in particular, because this is a whole semester, but you could continue forward from there if you are wanting to start in the middle of a semester.
Right. Thanks, Becky. So obviously to do this work, you do have to do a little bit upfront. We really recommend that if you're a student that's struggling with this, with making your dining dollars stretch through the semester, meet with Becky or one of our student ambassadors offering one-on-one appointments, and they can do this with you. They'll take, a full hour to kind of set you up with a plan.